Hello everyone, and welcome back to Operation Water Drop, a program for English speaking and reading in a way you can share with your students. Today we are learning lesson 31, all about fears. Are you ready? Grab your notebooks, sit up straight, and let's get started. Now let's learn our new vocabulary words from my precious book. Are you ready? Disciple. Disciple. Disciples are people who follow Jesus and learn from him. In my precious book, Jesus had 12 special disciples who are in many of our stories. Disciple. Fall asleep. Fall asleep. The man fell asleep at 10 o'clock last night. Fall asleep. Suddenly. Suddenly. Suddenly is a time word to show something happened very quickly. The wind suddenly blew his umbrella away. Suddenly. Storm. Storm. A storm happens when there is rain, thunder, and lightning. The disciples in our story are scared of the storm. Storm. Rage. Rage. To rage is to become very angry or fierce. The woman raged about losing the important papers. Rage. Rock. Rock. To rock is to move back and forth. The grandmother likes to rock in her rocking chair. Rock. Command. Command. Command is to order someone to do something. The guard commands the children to stop and to be safe. Command. Shadow. Shadow. When the light is behind you, you can make shadows on the wall. Shadow. Spirit. Spirit. A spirit is another word for ghost or a person without a physical body. Spirit. Find out. Find out. To find out is to discover or learn something. The detective wanted to find out who was the criminal. Find out. Agree. Agree. To agree is to say yes to something or to have the same point of view. The man and the woman agreed to have a meeting at 3 o'clock. Agree. Few. Few. We use the word few to show there is only a small amount of something. Only a few people came to the party. Few. Step. Step. One step is to move one foot in front of the other. There are also steps on the staircase. Step. Frightened. Frightened. To be frightened is to be scared of something. He is frightened by ghosts. Frightened. Sink. Sink. To sink is to go underwater. The ship has a hole in it and is sinking in the ocean. Sink. Courageous. Courageous. To be courageous is to be brave. It means even if you are scared, you do something anyway. Courageous. Discouraged. Discouraged. Discouraged is a feeling you get when you lose hope. This man is feeling very discouraged because he had a bad day. Discouraged. Great job, everyone. Now let's learn our power verse together. Are you ready? Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Let's read it together one more time. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Awesome job, everyone. Now let's read My Precious Book together. Today we are going to read 2 stories. Our first story is My Precious Book, page 179. Jesus and his disciples took a boat one day to get to the other side of the lake. After a while, Jesus fell asleep. Suddenly, a storm started to rage, and the boat rocked very hard. The disciples were afraid and quickly woke up Jesus. Jesus commanded the storm to stop, and it stopped right away. What did Jesus do? My Precious Book, page 181. Jesus' disciples were on a boat one night when they saw a shadow walking on the sea. They thought it was a spirit, but later found out it was Jesus. Peter wanted Jesus to let him walk on the sea too. Jesus agreed, but after a few steps, Peter was frightened by the storm and started to sink. In the picture, Jesus is walking over to save Peter. What happened to Peter in the sea? We can learn 3 important points from these 2 stories. Number 1. When the disciples were afraid, they quickly went to Jesus. When we feel afraid, we can go to Jesus too. Number 2. Peter wanted to be like Jesus, but he became afraid. Jesus tells us that if we have faith and we are not afraid, we can do even greater things than he did. Number 3. The Bible tells us to be strong and courageous because God is with us. Remember that even when you are scared, you are never alone. Great job, everyone. Now let's learn our new English vocabulary words together. Nervous, nervous. She feels nervous when she has to speak in front of many people. Nervous. Afraid. Afraid. He is afraid there might be monsters under his bed. Afraid. Terrified. Terrified. Terrified is a synonym of scared or afraid, but it is even stronger. The man is terrified of the monster behind him. Terrified. Bugs. Bugs. Some people are scared of bugs. Bugs are small insects or animals, such as centipedes, ladybugs, or crickets. Bugs. Spiders. Spiders. Some people are scared of spiders. Spiders have 8 legs and spin webs to catch their food. Spiders. Dark. Dark. Some people are afraid of the dark. It is dark when there is no light for you to see. Dark. Sharks. Sharks. Some people are scared of sharks. Sharks live in the ocean and have large teeth to eat their food. Sharks. Drowning. Drowning. Some people are afraid of drowning. Drowning is what happens when you can't swim. Drowning. Public speaking. Public speaking. Some people are afraid of public speaking. Public speaking is when you must speak in front of many people. Public speaking. Horror movies. Horror movies. Some people feel scared when they watch horror movies. Horror movies are movies about ghosts or monsters that are meant to scare people. Horror movies. Ghosts. Ghosts. Some people are scared of ghosts. Ghosts are spirits of people without physical bodies. Ghosts. Monsters. Monsters. Some people are scared of monsters. Monsters are usually large, ugly, and scary. Monsters. Nightmare. Nightmare. A nightmare is a bad dream that scares you. Some people have nightmares about ghosts or falling off a building. Nightmare. Trust. Trust. Trust means to believe in something, even if you have no proof. The woman must trust the man not to hurt her. Trust. Relax. Relax. To relax means to be calm and not to worry. The girl likes to relax outside in the sunshine. Relax. Courage. Courage. Courage is the feeling in your heart when you face your fears. The boy has courage to face the ghost. Courage. Try. Try. To try is to do something you are not sure you can do. You will never know if you can do it unless you try. Try. Awesome job, everyone. Let's learn some English grammar together. Today we will learn 2 words, although and even though. These 2 phrases mean the same thing. We use these phrases when there is a fact, but something will still happen. For example, even though I am scared of public speaking, I will give a speech. Although I am scared of public speaking, I will give a speech. Even though I am busy, I will relax for 10 minutes. Although I am busy, I will relax for 10 minutes. Even though I am terrified of swimming, I will try to learn. Although I am terrified of swimming, I will try to learn. Although is more formal, and even though is more informal. Excellent job, everyone. Now let's listen to our dialogue together. Dialogue, Lesson 31. Hello, class. Today we are going to talk about our fears. Our fears are the things that scare us. Mary, what were some of your fears when you were younger? I used to be afraid of the dark. I thought there might be monsters under my bed, and I had nightmares about the monsters eating me or my family. But now, I'm not scared of the dark anymore. My mom helped me learn not to be scared by putting a small light on before I went to sleep and praying with me to have good dreams every night. Having a small light helped me relax, and now I don't need it anymore. That's great, Mary. It takes a lot of courage to face our fears. I'm not afraid of the dark anymore, but I am terrified of bugs. I really hate spiders and cockroaches. That's okay. Sometimes it takes us more time to face our fears. What about you, Dan? I used to really like watching horror movies. My favorite movies were about ghosts. But after watching a horror movie, I couldn't sleep and felt afraid of the dark. I don't watch those movies anymore. Now, my biggest fear is that I haven't learned how to swim yet. I am afraid of drowning or being eaten by a shark. I can help you learn how to swim, Dan, when you are ready to face your fear. Once you know how to swim, you won't be afraid anymore. Thanks, Mary. Maybe I will try to swim for the first time. Learning to swim would help me face my fear. What about you, Mr. Smith? What is your biggest fear? Maybe you won't believe me, but I used to be terrified of public speaking. I would get so nervous and sweaty every time I had to speak in front of people. But I knew I wanted to be a teacher, so I would have to face my fear. I tried to do public speaking as many times as I could so I wouldn't be scared anymore. It took a lot of courage, but with practice, I became better and better. Now, I love public speaking. Thank you so much for learning English with me today. I hope you can practice your new vocabulary words about expressing your fears and how to face your fears. If this video helped you learn English, please like and subscribe below. I'll see you next time. Goodbye!